everybody. Welcome to the third ever bonus episode of Karma and Tranquility. I don't think I'll ever mess that up again. Mark my words, people. You're not getting me again. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Another
Solid.
fine evening. A nice, crisp, cold night tonight versus what it's been recently, which was cold. That's my laptop. Ignore that, everybody. How we keep them warm? What's our go-to winter clothing right now? What do we got?
I got a big camo jacket that I've been rocking.
Yeah.
Big and fluffy.
You didn't buy the $200 Strokes jacket that they just released
Oh, heck
in
no.
their web store?
That stuff I wouldn't buy. I would just hope to randomly come across in a thrift shop.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. But,
Nah,
you never know.
I get lucky sometimes.
Yeah.
Isn't that as much as how much the baseball jerseys you're talking about are?
Probably.
Like $200.
Maybe. I don't know.
That stuff is
Jeez.
cool though.
I'm afraid to look at the price.
Disgusting. Disgustingly more expensive than I thought it was.
He needs the money, though, to go tour with the Voids, though. So
Yeah.
let's, support
Yeah.
it.
I would support it. I either way he wants to go. We talked about that last week. Last week, guys, we talked about the Voids and the Last Shadow Puppets. Today, guys, for this bonus episode, we're going back to the solo stuff. So we are going with a Julian solo song and an Alex solo song, both from the same albums, both from their only solo albums / soundtracks. We're going with River of Brakelights by Julian Casablancas and Piledriver Waltz by Alex Turner. It is the stripped down movie version of the song, not the one you guys know from Suck It and See. It's the better version, in my opinion. That's what we are covering today. Both of these songs are well regarded by each of the fan bases. We reached out to the fan base for these songs, and each one of them got a good amount of responses, so I can't wait to read them to you guys. But this, let's start with Alex this time. We're gonna be listening to. We're gonna be listening to.
Or what?
Yeah, we're gonna be listening to Piledriver Waltz, which came out on Alex Turner's EP / soundtrack Submarine. Again, that is Mr. William Bruno's baby.
I didn't make it. It's like my stepchild.
Yeah.
I care about it a lot.
We were just talking about
Not my
that today.
creation.
Yeah, about how I was playing Pokemon for an hour and I didn't catch a shiny Snorunt. And we were talking about how when I trade Pokemon, I feel like I'm their stepdad now because when they trade them to me, I don't actually, they're not my kin, so I feel weird. Anyway, this is info you guys did not come to listen to. This is not Pokemon and Tranquility. All right, guys. Are we excited to listen to these two solo songs?
I'm excited that a lot of people actually know it too.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of the comments, just glancing at it.
Yeah. Manny, how you feeling? Because I don't think you've heard either.
Yeah,
of these
no,
songs.
I'm
Well,
excited.
this-
I've heard, Piledriver Waltz, but,
Yeah.
the album version. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't find too much details in terms of both of these songs. We'll take a look while we're taking a listen and see if I can find anything extra. But guys, I feel like we say this every week, but we're coming off a stressful day of work. Manny had a stressful day today. That's for sure.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, but this is our way to relax. We do this for you guys, for ourselves, for the bands. But let's get right into this bonus episode. We're gonna start with Piledriver Waltz from Alex Turner's EP / Submarine. Alex Turner's EP / soundtrack called Submarine. This song's called Piledriver Waltz. Let's give it a listen, guys. All right, first listen, guys. What are our thoughts? Who wants to go first? Will, you want to go first? What do you got? Because I know you know this song. How do you feel about this guy?
You just showed me a different interpretation of it, which I've never really thought about it as that before.
Okay.
So still processing that.
Okay.
But no, I really do love this song, especially because
Is
it's
this the other
just
song you
acoustic.
were talking about? You were saying on the album that you...
No, this is one of
okay.
them. This is one of my top ones, but no, this isn't my favorite out of
Okay.
the album.
Gotcha.
If you had to pick, I know you just heard it, but if you had to pick, which one do you think you like more, this version or the Arctic Monkeys version?
Oh, definitely this version.
Really?
For sure,
Okay.
yeah. Even though it is stripped down, and I did listen to the other version this morning just to compare it again because I haven't heard it in a while. But definitely this version again.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, Manny, what do you think? First listen of this version.
I agree. I like the original song. The Arctic Monkeys version, I should say. But I think aesthetically, this melody, this slowed down version, just fits more with the lyrics and whatnot. Yeah, I like this version a little bit more than the regular one for sure.
Yeah. The the music in this one, like there's something in the chorus, like the main chorus, the way the bass is in this one, like to me adds a whole nother like layer to it, or literally like a whole nother layer to it, where like when you listen to the original version, and then there's like the sound in the background. I don't know what it is, but it's probably a keyboard of some sort doing something. The thing that they do during that too, it's hard for me to explain, but like they do like a like in a part when he's like waitress was miserable, he goes it like it makes it sound like different, and like you don't get that in the version on Suckin' and See. Like it doesn't have that like the like charm to it. Is like the perfect like word. Like Suckin' and See just sounds like, which that album is pretty much them just like plugging in guitars and drum, and they just like play like a clean, like there's not much distortion in that album. Like it was like a clean like album, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they did that in that album, so it makes sense. But there's something about the acoustic and the piano in it that just makes it like, it was more like, it sounded like it was from like a song that you could have like way back in the day, like the way that it's composed, and the way that it's put together. So the music video is cool too. Well, it's literally just scenes from the movie that it's from Submarine. I should have put that up, but like it adds like another layer of emotion to it, because it's about like a kid, a girl, and a guy falling in love. Of course, that's what the music video kind of is. So it kind of adds a layer of like whimsy to it, which is nice. Which is another reason why I like this version. It's just like what Will was saying yesterday or last episode, that it's like a album you can put on when you just want to like relax, or like go to the park and like sit and just like look around. Like every song on this EP/soundtrack is like that. Will, you said I found a different meaning for it. What?
You want to dig into that?
Yeah, dig into that. Let's elaborate on that.
Let me see. Let me pull it up. It was on Reddit. So I kind of knew this song, like it was like a romantic kind of song. Like the reason I like this whole album, because it sounds like personal songs that he's singing to just that one person or about someone, or it sounds like it's more of like a poem, or it's like he's talking. But this interpretation of it, interprets it as the narrator, and this is by Damn Genius is her name. Interprets it as the narrator being bored by a complainer, which is the person that I guess they're in a relationship with, and they always find something wrong with everything. And some of the lines that kind of suggest like why they thought that interpretation was like that. I etched the face of a stopwatch on the back of a raindrop, and then interpret it as he's bored sitting here listening to you complain, that he's comparing it to like doing tedious things. You look like you've been for breakfast at the Heartbreak Hotel, meaning nothing is ever good enough for you. No one wants to be around you. You sat all the way in the back booth. Kind of like they're doing this like miserable stuff to themselves and they're complaining about it, and like
woe is me type thing.
And it sounds like the singer in the story, like the narrator, is like trying to get through to that person.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a very peaceful song, but then when you listen to the lyrics, it's like kind of ironic too at the same time.
Yeah, it's definitely a song where he's like someone in that relationship. They're like nothing's ever enough for him. Like that chorus is like what kind of proves that, which is what's crazy, because like it's such a lovely song, especially in the beginning. The beginning sounds like you're frolicking through a field or something together. But when you look at some of the lyrics, like, and that's like some of the best like songs that are written are the ones where it's like the lyrics are sad and the music is beautiful, or the music is sad but the lyrics are like beautiful. Like I love when when bands do that type of thing, and I guess this one's definitely not like a I hate you type song, but it's just like a comment on like everything kind of was bad at this point, like in this situation, and you're not mincing any words about telling me about it.
Yeah.
Like at least that's how I take some of it.
The lyric, I really liked that. That was like making me really think, because I'd never understood it until like I'd read this part. It said make sure you before you walk on water, you make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Like the only person that ever was in history that walked on water was Jesus. So he's like complaining her to someone like, or not complaining, he's comparing her to someone like, you're acting holy. Like, all right, if you're gonna do these holy things and do all this stuff, make sure you're comfortable and like make sure you own it, you're about it then.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't actually like yeah, it's not a song like he's like a hateful song like he's saying.
Mhm.
But it's kind of like trying to get through through to that person, and like it kind of changes the way I think about it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to
Many.
think it was like more like super like romantic, and now that I kind of like listen to the lyrics more, it's kind of like a little sad,
Yeah, more
but like a little
lethargic,
hopeful too.
kind of
Yeah.
passive aggressive in some
Yeah.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you take from that one? How's that song like make you like feel like overall?
I mean, I like it. It's a good song. I think the interesting thing, and even with the Arctic Monkeys version, is like the cadence of it. He uses such a weird cadence in this song. I was interested to know if it'd be kind of the same thing. I don't really know how to elaborate on that, but if you listen to both of them, the way that he's singing like sometimes doesn't fit the actual music. You guys know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like his cadence isn't like always with the song.
Yeah.
It almost seems like it's catching up to him or doing
The
something
music's
else entirely.
following or trying to follow him
Yeah,
versus
like-
he's trying to follow the music.
Yeah, and we've been in bands, so like, sometimes you'll have a lead singer and they just kind of like, I know like as a drummer, like that's happened to me before where like I think you're singing a certain way in a certain cadence and I'm trying to, get the song there with you, but then you start changing the notes or you're elongating notes that you didn't before, and like
Yeah.
I feel like he does that a lot in this song. It's not like if you put your headphones in and you were to sing this song and
Oh, it's
no
a
one could
great
hear the
song for
music
that.
and no one was able to like hear the music, you would sound like a crazy person because you would just your registry would be all over. It'd be like, why is that guy singing like that?
Yeah.
But Alex Turner is
that's
such a talented singer that like he can get away with just having such a strange cadence.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
The cool thing about this song is clearly like there's not too much to break down. Like it's a simple, but like everything about it's so beautiful that it's a song that it's still complicated in a way where you're like, I love it, and sometimes I don't know why I love it, but I do know that it sounds gorgeous. Like it's there's not too much like there. I think it's pretty plain like what's going on between what he's writing about. A lot of people had a lot of comments on it, which is cool. So I'll read some of these. Lovely Flower _20 said, I love the Submarine version a little more, but I still love the Suck It and See version too. Yeah, I mean, guys, like they are pretty much the same song, just they swap out the instruments or types of instruments, like the effects on it, and
Yeah.
but I shouldn't even say they are the same song, but they're not. That's my point. It's like this version to me feels way more emotional than the version on Suck It and See.
I wonder like why they did it. Do we know?
No,
What they
like
said?
I literally searched. At least I couldn't find anything. I bet if we look at like Suck It and See Wikipedia, I'm sure we could take a look at that. If we want to look at that in the meantime, but like I couldn't find anything off the top of my head or off the like when
It's
I looked
just
at it the
it's
first
just
time.
interesting because I wonder like who brought it up. I'm sure like they had other albums or other songs that they could put on this album.
Yeah,
So it's I would be interested to know of like who brought it up of like, hey Alex, remember that song you did? Like, why don't we just do that?
yeah, we really like it.
Right. I wonder if it was like the band or was it Alex thinking like, hey, like we should redo this song, but like kind of in the style of this current album. So that'd be a cool thing to find out if there's anything on that. I don't know.
It wasn't a single like either. The singles they chose for that album are kind of weird, but that's a conversation for like 3 albums from now.
Right.
But let's see. Accurate _Archer 3155 said, although I do prefer the Submarine version, I still love the Suck It and See version, and I feel like it serves a different purpose. The higher key, here we go, higher key and faster tempo gives the song this more dreamy and happier feel, which I really like, but I'll always prefer the more melancholy and raw Submarine version. See, like, that's what we're, like, talking about. You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes them different, but not different. Like, the speed, the tempo, the octave. That's what's so cool about these two songs, that they're the same song, but, like, not the same song.
It does feel like
you're
a
right.
dream too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it feels almost like he is like freaking Doctor Strange, like controlling time in a song. Like you said with his cadence, it feels like the guitar is like going slow motion, but like his voice is like
Yeah, his voice is really like
weird
literally
to
all over
describe.
the place, but it works. Like he's he's that talented.
Yeah.
But that's what I think. Like the interesting part is like that's why it's so. This one feels so much more emotional.
Yeah.
When I think of like the Arctic Monkeys Piledriver Waltz, like it's not a song that like I'm not saying I don't like it or love it or anything. but like it's not one of those songs that's like makes me feel much. You know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a cool little Arctic
catchy-
Monkey song. Yeah, it's a catchy song,
Catchy,
but
yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really give me like any type of emotion. That one definitely did. There was a whole different kind of mood to it.
Yeah. Affectionate _ care 669 said, I love both versions. Absolute number one from Suckin' and See. I used to put the Submarine version on while I slept, and it was the second best sleep I got. First best was when I played the car while sleeping. All right. I mean, that's probably a good thing if you can put the car on and fall asleep to it, but I guess some people would also say that's not a good thing. But I definitely get what you mean. There's a lot of beautiful ass songs on the car. I can't wait to get to that. I mean, that's last, but I can't wait to get to that shit. Titanic Republic said, honestly, it's way better than the Suckin' and See version, in my opinion. I agree that it's better. I agree that I think it's way better, personally. I vibe with this one so much more than the regular one. So I get where you're coming from there. Mount Como said, didn't even know this version existed. Thanks for sharing. Also, I'm probably not the first person to think this, but I thought that was young Alex on the cover of Submarine until I looked into it further.
Yeah,
See?
we weren't the only ones.
Now, our issue, guys, is we didn't do our research. And we literally are supposed to do our research. So that's on us for sure. Well, Will knew, but I, didn't hear him say it. But if you listen to the podcast, he definitely said it. But I had no fucking clue. I thought it was Alex on the... I think we both at least thought it was Alex on the cover.
First time I saw it, I did to you.
Yeah, you're totally not alone there, bud.
We're not saying that all British people look the same.
Yes.
I just want to point that out.
Do not
We're not that...
pull words out of my mouth. Crazy Dude 10528 said Suckin' and See is my favorite album of all time. Wow. But the Submarine version of Piledriver Waltz is far superior. The Submarine version just matches the melancholy feel of the lyrics so much better. The Suckin' and See version honestly feels like a demo for the Submarine one. See, like Suckin' and See in general all sounds like a demo to me. That whole album.
I like that take too. It does sound like a demo version of it.
There's something about, and everyone in the fandom knows this about that album. Like, to me, it does sound like a bunch of like songs like they picked up off the floor, which maybe when we dive deep into that album that might be the case, but I haven't like deep dove into Suckin' and See, but maybe that is what it is. But there's a reason why that one, I guess, is in a lot of people's opinions the Monkees most unpopular album. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
no.
almost every list that I see and everything that's like the bottom.
Which is crazy because it's still like a good album. Like,
they don't have a bad album.
Right. So there's got to be one on the bottom there, but
yeah. There's a couple people that there's a guy that disagreed on that comment, and you both have some good points about it's crazy how some opinions differ there. Nobody _GAH said, I personally think Submarine was just way better than Suckin' and See, plain and simple. Fuzzfest378 said, one of my favorite songs, but I prefer the Suckin' and See version. That lead guitar is hauntingly beautiful. And then literally the last two comments, it's a lot of people are just going back and forth about, I like this version, I like this version. What's cool is, again, there's so many people that think the other one's better, and then other people think this one's better.
Yeah.
I looked at that. The first few comments said that they agreed with what I was saying, but then as more people commented, now it's 50-50, which is
I'm not
awesome.
sure now. I have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaning more towards agreeing with you, where I think I like this version more, but it has been a while since I've heard the Suckin' and See version. So yeah, I'm not sure, but
I'm gonna try to wait until it gets to that time.
Yeah, I think I'll wait too, just
to give us a fresh perspective.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, that was Piledriver Waltz from Alex Turner's solo EP / soundtrack, Submarine, which is also featured on Suckin' and See with the regular version. Rankings for Piledriver Waltz. I'll go first with this one. This one's a 4.2 for me. Yeah, we're doing point systems now for these. So I'm gonna go with a 4.2 for that one.
Okay. Will?
Get ready to flip the table. This one's a 5 for me.
5, okay.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones of the album. Would never skip it if it came on. If someone put it on, if I didn't know that person, I'd be like, yo, how do you know this? This is a banger. This is good. This is great, actually, not just good. Okay, I gotta get a little bit better, describing the songs and my vocabulary, because I don't like saying, oh, this is just good. This is good. Anything could be just good. You could be just fine. I love this song. It means a lot to me. So I give it a high 5.
Okay. I'm gonna say, for me, I would say like 3.8. It's like very close to being what I would consider like a great song. I wouldn't skip it if it came on as a 3.8. But like it's the first time I heard it, so it's hard for me to say like right off the rip like that is a great song. That's one of those songs, kind of like the what was the previous one that we listened to? What was that song called?
Which one?
The Shadow Puppets.
Miracle Liner?
Yeah, like that's one of those songs of like I rated it pretty high, and then when I listened to it again, like I loved it even more. So I feel like this is one of those songs that like it'll be a 3.8, but it might go up to like a 4, and what I would consider like a really great song. So 3.8 for me.
Awesome. Pretty good rankings there for that guy. All right, guys, we're switching gears to Julian Casablancas. You ready for this? It is a song called River of Brakelights, from his solo album Phrazes for the Young. I feel like Julian's played almost every song in his goddamn discography on a late night show. Every song I search, even if it's one like this that's not like crazy wildly popular, he's played it on like Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers or like somebody.
And it makes sense too, because all these shows are based in New York.
Yeah.
Where he just happens to be all the time. So it's like, hey, like we just got a last minute cancel. Like, all right, we'll call Julian. Like, see if he's doing something. He's right down the road. Like, he's right there.
But he's like playing like songs that weren't. I don't think this was a single, but I'll double check. I could be completely wrong. But like when you hear it, it doesn't sound like a song that was it wasn't a single. 11th Dimension and Out of the Blue is a single. So like, and he does this with the Voids too. Like he'll just go on a late night show and he'll play like Curious, or he'll play like a song that's like not like in the mainstream, or Nintendo Blood. Can't wait till you hear that song. It's a good song.
Interesting name.
Yeah, he'll just play like songs like that. It's not even a single. He's like, I just feel like playing this today.
That's how it should be.
It should be like that.
You know what I mean? Like there's plenty examples of like these big singles and like whatever they have out there that like sometimes it's cool to just hear like the stuff that they feel like playing tonight. You know? So yeah, I respect it.
We had again a lot of fans comment on this song. A lot of people love Julian's solo album, including myself. Like his solo album is top to bottom just amazing in my opinion. Like there's so many songs on this album that I love. I tried to pick a random one. I kind of hit shuffle and just picked it so that I'm not just choosing all my favorites just in a row. But this album is one of those albums where like every song on here to me is great. They're not all 5s, not gonna go there, but they are all great. So
You're the only one that's heard it, right, too?
Yeah, I guess you guys haven't heard this. Yeah, so guys, I'm only one that knows this. So we got 2 fresh ears on this. Let's give this bad boy a listen.
4 fresh ears.
4 fresh ears.
Got 2 each.
Oh, you son of a bitch! All right, 4 fresh ears, guys.
Don't forget about Brendan. Like
Brendan's not even down here.
He's not down here.
No, he's upstairs.
Oh wow, okay, that explains why it's quiet.
All right, let's give this song a listen. River of Brakelights by Julian. So as we were finishing listening to that, I just kind of found out when I was researching that the Voids played that song live with him, and apparently the version is better to some people. So we're gonna have to listen to that. I'm gonna have to listen to that for sure. I never knew that the Voids played that song. That's cool. But that was River of Brakelights. I love that song. It was these guys' first time hearing it, right? Both of you guys. Manny,
I'm only gonna sneeze.
Oh, okay.
We're good though.
All right, Manny, you want to go first?
So that was I'm trying to think of a word. It was a little overstimulating. There's a lot going on there, and I'm not saying it's a bad song, but man, there's a lot. The first like 30 seconds feels like a video game. Mm-hmm. Like if I got thrusted into a video game, if I just like fell into a Sonic the Hedgehog game, that's like the sounds that I imagine. And then also, like, I don't know, I feel like, it was just very overstimulating. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a situation where, like, you're at work or something, and someone important is talking to you or whatever, and you're just zoned out.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even, it probably looks like you're there, but you're not, and, like, you got all this stuff going on in your head. That's it. Like, that's what goes on in my head sometimes when I can't focus.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a little overstimulating. I did like some of it. I like the what was he saying? What was that part that you also liked?
Getting the hang of it.
Yeah, like that part was cool. I like
Yeah.
that part. That's probably the only part that I liked
grabbed
as a
you.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and again, it's not a bad song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were able to like get in a studio and make us like, if that's your vibe and like that's the type of music that you like, that's not an easy song to make. So
Yeah.
by no means am I like dissing the song itself or like how hard it is to make music like that, but that's not something that I would typically listen to like on my own.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
So to hear not the first time, yeah, just like also blown away. I think it was amazing, to be honest.
See, I love this is the shit that I live for, dude.
Like,
I
fuck.
love this shit.
It obviously, like what Manny said too, I agree. It does sound like a video game. Like once it turned on, like the first 5 seconds, I started laughing. It kind of reminded me like there's like a specific Adventure Time. Yeah, it sounds like an Adventure Time episode when they start off like that kind of like electric kind of music.
Yeah.
But that stuff I love, and that's how like this whole album kind of is. Like even just looking at the cover when he has like the little guitar hero on the back.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of fun. It is a little overwhelming too. Like halfway through the song, I was like, God,
Well,
this is still
yeah, you're
going.
like,
Like,
oh my God,
look
like,
at
how much
look
do we have
at-
to unpack? But like, it's kind of like an experience.
Yeah,
Though.
but look at what we once again came from with Piledriver Waltz.
Yeah,
to
it's so
that.
it's such a
different.
difference.
You know what I mean? Like what we did last week with Miracle Aligner and then Human Sadness.
Like this is. I almost feel like if I had to describe it, if you haven't heard it before, I almost think of like if I just like magically became like a pinball, not the pinball machine, but just
Yeah.
the pinball, and someone just
That's
like shot
good.
me through, and I was just
Yeah.
pinging everywhere. Like
Yeah.
that's what it would feel like. And
Yeah.
again, it's not bad. It's just it's a little just overstimulating and overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it, you know,
Even
but,
Human Sadness, when we covered that, it was a little like the first time
Yeah,
I heard
same
it was like
thing,
a little
yeah.
overstimulating.
Right.
Now that I kind of know how it's like the song goes, I kind of vibe with it more. But the
Yeah.
first time here, I see what you mean. The same thing with this song. I bet
Well, I
like
think,
if I
like-
listen to this more,
Yeah.
it'll become more of a vibe. Especially like that chorus.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool. Like that part kept like I was like, oh crap, that caught my attention.
Did you notice how when they did it again, they upped the
Yeah.
key?
A
I
little bit.
love that. And the
I think-
guitar in that is what gets me, like the riff of it.
Yeah.
And like
the
in
drums.
the background.
Yeah, yeah.
The drums,
Oh, yeah.
just constant.
The
Yeah.
whole song, the
a
drummer's
lot of
like,
energy.
like it's what Manny was talking about with like drummers having it hard. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song is
Yeah.
for sure. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say at least like with Human Sadness, like there was like I felt like I had a chance to catch my breath
Yeah.
during Human Sadness. With this, it was just like you guys ever like here's another good analogy.
Like you're
The
in
pinball
traffic.
thing's
The
still cracking
the
me up.
pinball one's good
That's
too.
perfect.
But like, do you guys like roller coasters?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So you know
that'd
like
be perfect.
you know like when you're like all right you're standing in line and you're like yes like I want to go on this roller coaster and then when you get in your seat you're kind of like
Yeah.
kind of nervous a little bit and then as you start to slowly go up you're like why did I do this
Yeah.
What, you know
Yeah.
and then as soon as you drop like you literally like you can't catch your breath you're like trying to suck in air. That's kind of what like I'm standing on. I'm like, yes, like I
Yeah.
want to hear this. And then as we're slowly going up, I'm like, oof, okay.
Yeah.
I think after the song was done, that was literally like I said, oof, like
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like for me was like being on a roller coaster and like I'm having fun. But like you know
Yeah.
like they have the pictures you know that they take suddenly and you look like a crazy person.
Yeah.
That's like what I probably look like.
I'm pretty
in
sure
that
like
moment.
if we had like the watches on, your heart rate probably did go up a little
Right,
bit. Just
yeah, no,
listening
for
to
sure.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, oof.
Because like in the beginning, if you analyze the music, you got the doo doo doo, and then you got the guitar coming in, doo 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 doo, and then you got the drums.
Right.
Like it's so like it's they
pretty
kind of get. I mean, I the thing is with me, like I have a soft spot for this album, so like there's not a song in this album that I think is bad. It's not like one of my top 3 like songs on the album, honestly. Like Glass is number 1, so you guys already know that. But we haven't even gotten to my second and third favorite song on the album. But Manny's 0 for 2 on this Julian solo album
I'm
so
so
far.
sorry, Julian.
Yeah.
I love you. Please don't take it personal.
But it's probably our fault. We're showing you the non-conventional ones first. Like there are better, more less roller coaster like songs on this album. But again, I wanted to shuffle what we're doing, so we're not
Yeah.
just like, at least for the bonus ones,
Yeah.
shuffle what we're doing, so we're not just like getting all of our favorites out at once.
Right. Yeah.
But okay, so music for this thing, like the guitars, the and the like the distorted version, the distorted guitar, the clean guitar, that is what like makes that like chorus for me, because like he's following the guitar kind of just on a flat note, like what is it, getting the hang of it and getting the, and the guitar's going, so like he's doing like the flat note on it, but still when the guitar changes he does, but still just up on a flat note. So like I love what they're doing, and then it just goes into the the power chords, and he does his normal thing Julian does, where he can just so easily go from singing like that to just absolute screaming, and from down here to up here, which is just, isn't it crazy how like Julian can like sing so deep, like in like Ode to the Mets, and then have like a mid kind of like that, and then he can do his like really high falsetto thing. Sometimes you don't even know that it's him.
His range is like underrated. I don't think people really give him a lot of credit for like his voice, because he's more like, and I get it, like I think he's more like known for like his style over like his actual voice, but he's got range, like he's, you gotta give him credit there.
Would you guys, what stood out to you music wise, for like the whole song, like who if a new, I almost said a customer, if you were a customer, if a new fan was listening to this song, what do you think they would pull out from this song? Like which instrument?
Oh God, what instruments were even in this? First of all,
well, you definitely had an electric drum kit. You had a regular drum kit. You had two or three guitars.
There's probably instruments in the song I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing in particular like stood out, because it was all just a lot of different sounds just coming together. So like I was just trying to like take a clear listen to it, if that makes sense, because right from the jump, like it is like, it starts off pretty it gives you like a 2 seconds to kind of buckle your seatbelt, and then it's the let's go. So I think maybe if anything, like the pace is really what stood out for me.
The pace?
Yeah,
okay.
the pace, just the overall
fast pace.
It was very fast. It was literally.
You think
like
you could mosh to this?
Oh God, I don't think I would have the energy. Like like you'd be like if you try.
You're listening to Bring Me the Horizon. You think this fucking Julian song is gonna knock you out?
Listen, if you're going at the same pace, man, I hope you have stamina. Like I can do this for like 30 seconds, and then I'm passed out. You know what I mean? Like it's
your cardio workout.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that'd be a hard one to. This reminds me of like the type of song that like you would like, I don't know, you gotta, if you're gonna do something like that, you have to be at like Burning Man or something. You gotta be on like LSD, like under the influence. You know what I mean? And then like it'll give you that power to like go through the whole song at that pace. But like that I don't
What you're about to go through with the rest of the Void stuff, if you think that was chaotic, and you didn't think Human Sadness was chaotic.
No, I did think, I thought Human Sadness was chaotic.
Okay.
I didn't realize how much more chaotic it could get.
Okay.
But I did like Human Sadness. Like I gave that a 5.
Yeah.
So
because it's just like a musical,
like I'm not
masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm not against. Like this isn't that far out of the realm. Like I know we talked before. Like I really like bands like MGMT. This is not that far off from stuff like that. But the presentation of it is just like it's just a little overstimulating, but not like in a bad way.
Yeah, overstimulating's the theme today, guys. Yes. That's gonna be the title of the episode.
to be fair, I was overstimulated all day.
I know.
So I don't know if that's.
I just feel like every day we're always at phone. Listen,
there might be outside factors to why I'm saying this is overstimulating.
Yeah,
but
guys,
we're dinosaur involved.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully be in a new studio very soon where it won't be as overstimulating and we can come with fresh minds. But Will, what do you think? What stands out?
I was gonna say the other day when we talked about it, how like they say that Julian's kind of like a Mozart, like a modern day Mozart, where he composes songs. It feels like he's composing different parts of like his mind and he's putting it together in one song.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of starting to like understand it and appreciate it more, like the chaos part of it. So I'm excited to keep going further with like a lot of the songs on his album. Like a lot of them, I just don't remember off the top of my head. Probably I probably have listened to some. Yeah. Because you did send me this album at one point. Mm-hmm. I wanted to read the interpretation of it from Genius.
You want to get into the lyrics too?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and this is good that Manny said like the ping ball thing. This is great, and I was thinking
if someone else
it feels so scary. That's what they're talking about.
That's such a good. Example.
I was thinking it feels like you're stuck in traffic, but you need to get to work. You're like fuck, like oh my god, like and it's not moving. You're like stressed and like
good too.
That's what they were talking about. So River of Brakelights is a song that reflects on modern life in a city. The lyrics describe the experience of being stuck in traffic, surrounded by neon lights, and feeling disconnected from nature. Almost like you said, like you're like disassociating, like you're like crap, like your head is like and you're trying to focus. The song touches on themes of I hate that word, consumerism, the struggle to find meaning in life and the passage of time. The repetition of phrases like getting the hang of it and timing is everything emphasize the importance of perseverance and patience in the face of the chaotic and ever-changing world around us.
Oh my god, that's so good. You know what another good thing about this song is, like, anxiety. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what this song is. Like, it's anxiety, for me anyway. And then, like, you know, like, when you're feeling really anxious, like, that is something that you typically say to yourself, like, getting the hang of it, I'm fine, like, I got this.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. That's
and he keeps repeating that over and over and over.
Right, and that's what you would do when you're feeling anxious, like, you reassure yourself.
Well, think about the chorus that we like so much. Literally, from the song, think of how he's, like, singing it. Like, can't you picture him just, like, sitting down, like, oh, timing is everything. Timing is everything. Getting the hang of it. I'm getting like it's just like stress the whole time.
Before an interview or like before like a big event.
Yeah, like it's funny that you guys like because when I discovered the song 2 years ago, like I didn't think of it that way, but now I kind of want to. Next time I'm in a stressful situation, which is like 99% of my life, I'm gonna put this song on and see if my head explodes.
Or if you feel better. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm excited to put myself in that situation.
Put this song on after a Vikings game.
I can put it on before a Vikings game and not still fucking because I know how that's gonna end. But yeah, you see, like this is what's awesome. I love how different our opinions can be. I love how deep these lyrics can be because now I'm gonna look at the song in a different light. Yeah. So it's one of those things. We got some. So guys, we got 28 comments on this post.
Okay.
People, I'm not gonna read all of them. It's a lot, but keep doing this, guys. And 153 upvotes. People love this song. Like
that's crazy.
Once again, I'm gonna come off.
Once again, you're a piece of shit, Manny.
No, everyone's gonna fucking hate me.
Yeah. Hashtag fuck Manny. Okay?
I'm sorry that I have anxiety. Okay.
Yeah, you know
I couldn't handle this song.
Yeah. Let's see.
Put the Piledriver Waltz song back on so I can relax a little
bit. We got Fire Hills commented one of Julian's best choruses ever among all his projects.
What?
Choruses.
Okay. Wait, what?
Choruses.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Amongst all his projects, like this is when they say.
I'm not saying I agree.
No. Yeah, I'm saying like to the comment, like
okay.
You're factoring all of his hit songs, like, and again, I like it. I like the chorus. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, like, what do you mean it's one of the best? Like you're saying top 5, top 10? Like he said that.
Among all his projects,
okay.
One of the. Okay, well, he said one of Julian's best.
So that's got to be like top 10, right? He's got a lot of songs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay,
listen,
that's a bit. Yeah, no, you're
Fire
entitled.
Hills have it. Listen, he has the New Abnormal as best rock album on his flare. The dude knows what he's talking about. Heartbeats Music said super underrated song. It's probably the most sophisticated track on Phrazes. I don't agree with that. Manny, trust me, this is not the ceiling.
Okay.
Specifically when it comes to melodic composition. Oh, that's a good comment. It's a good comment. This performance especially is slept on, which I agree. We didn't watch a live performance, but it's pretty good. My favorite part has to be the final bridge. The modulation is just chef's kiss. Nice. That's a good comment. It is an underrated song, clearly. Manny. Casa Elgato, somebody said love it. We got Ro Kutera saying Phrazes is an album Phrazes as an album is criminally underrated, and I hate that so much. Even Julian doesn't ever seem to acknowledge it much. I would kill to be able to hear this album played live, but I don't think he's performed any of these songs in years at this point. So I do know that he performed some of these songs live with the Voids, but like years and years ago. Like I know he played the Daft Punk songs that he made like with the Voids. Like he doesn't play these songs with the Strokes for some reason, which kind of makes me upset because I feel like they could pull off a song like that like really well.
Oh, they're musically talented
yeah.
enough. Yeah, for sure.
So that's crazy.
I just think, but that's the thing too, is like, think about this type of song and then think about a song like You Only Live Once.
Yeah.
And then think about how hard the other one is to like play, like the energy that it takes. Like I can only imagine playing a song like this live would just take so much energy out of you. Like this is like your closer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't go back out on stage after playing like or like Human Sadness. Like that's another one of those. So
you don't think you could open with this?
Maybe he could.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it so long, and like he's probably used to like those emotions and like and all that stuff. But that's a tough, like if he did that, if he opened with something like this, that's really fucking impressive.
Yeah. There's like 4 or 5 comments in a row that just say one of their favorite all-time Jules performances. I love this song. Second best song. Love this song. Guys, thank you for all these comments. I really appreciate this. There's a couple really cool comments. YZY700 said, I was on the band bench right behind Alex, who's a touring musician for Julian when he did this. I'm wearing the white vest. I met Julian after this in the Rockefeller. So the video I'll show you guys, like where he's playing in Rockefeller on the late night show. This guy's saying he's the guy in the white vest in that video.
Oh, that's cool.
And he said he met Julian after. That's really fucking cool. You should follow up on that and tell us how that went, meeting Julian. Here we go. Love this song. It is so chaotic and layered. There's always something new to hear, it feels like. Also feels like a panic attack in terms of how overwhelming it is, but I mean this positively. Gaiman Asbarn. That's his user who said that.
Okay.
But it's a really good comment. Really good comment. Really mirrors kind of what Manny said about that. LUCS28 Lux 28 Proto Void Sound, love it. Peak Julian. A lot of these guys. Oh, here we go. Cryptic Rising said, I used River of Brakelights in an English essay and got full marks, so I absolutely love this song. The lyrics pretty damn good. World Salad said, genuinely one of the best songs of all time.
Ooh.
I don't see any bad comments about this song.
What I'm interested to know with like people that really rate this song highly like that, like I wonder if do they prefer the Voids and Julian's like solo stuff, or like do they look at the Strokes stuff and think like, nah, okay, like I get it, but it's not really for me because this isn't really like anything related to the Strokes, you know what I mean? It's not. So I wonder if like they prefer that sound a lot more than like what the Strokes do.
I mean, when we post about the Strokes, we get a lot of like really good comments like this too so far.
Yeah.
But like these solo, I think we're getting more comments on this stuff because like people don't talk about it enough.
Right.
So when I post something about this, a lot of people are saying underrated.
Yeah, if you guys comment that, let us know. Like, do you when you're talking about Julian's side projects and the Voids and things like that, like how do you feel about the show? Like, do you like them more than the Strokes? Is what I'm really interested to know.
Yeah, that is a good thing to know. Alex has been with Julian since his solo days. There's a sweet video somewhere on YouTube from when Alex had only auditioned with Julian, but has a good feeling about getting what would be a dream gig. We're not talking about Alex Turner, by the way. I love Fab, but Alex's energy is everything he's involved with is electric. So a lot of people like Alex. I think Alex is one of the guys in the Voids. Am I completely wrong? I don't want to be wrong about something like that. Can someone check that?
I think you're right. Yeah,
okay, I just want to make sure because I feel like I'm dumb. I don't know for sure who Alex is. But last comment, we had a lot, but I have a big one here that I wanted to kind of point out, and we'll end with this. Mazelfee commented, my favorite song out of all the songs that have ever been made. I don't even know why. Screaming it in the car is the most fun I can have driving. I love the mix and match part hanging the getting of. Yeah, because at the ending part we did the getting the hang of it, he just like twisted all the words around, was just singing whatever. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
So it kind of doubled down on the anxiety layer. It's like a mini game in the middle. I love that it's just universal sentiments. Being stuck in traffic sucks. Traffic is a symptom of capitalism. Shit, am I part of the problem because I buy stuff? My young heart cries for me. The sentiment gets wider and deeper, and then recenters on a very private, intimate matter. You were my ride home, which is the lyric that he says at the end. The climax at the end is so satisfying. After sung the whole thing, it's a catharsis. You just want to scream because you are alive. The most emotional of the song for me is, like batteries we die, like rivers we dry. I can't say why other than just the general existential nature of it. It's a constant grief we carry with us once we realize we have needs, and at some point nothing we can do to keep them filled. Last paragraph says, I've never really shown this song to anyone. One time a coworker asked me to play my favorite song, and I put this on at work. Made me realize just how experimental it is with the disco, electronica in the middle. I love that it's weird because I'm weird. It's beautiful to visualize the lights of the big city as neon octopus arms. It's beautiful to view traffic as a river brake lights. It's beautiful and makes me want to scream. Wow. Maselphie, Maselphie, that's the comment of the season so far, I'd say. That's an incredible, comment. Yeah, quiet claps for you there.
Oh, poetry.
That's beautiful. And it's awesome when songs can make someone feel that way. And make you kind of look at a song. I love the love that all these fans have for these solo things. And, everyone's right. Both bands don't show enough love to what they've done solo.
Yeah.
More so, Julian. And, crossing my fingers one day in an alternate universe, he hears this podcast and hears this episode. This is to you, Julian. We love your solo stuff as much as the Voids and the Strokes, so please play it. We love it. We love you.
This is super inspirational. The fact that he's able to make this and compose it, this is the anxiety part. You can feel that, but it's hard to put this into words, into music, and put it out there too. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guys, we skipped over the rankings.
Yeah.
What are we ranking this guy?
I want to give
first. I'm scared to go first, so I'm gonna.
Just based off of that, that sigh of relief at to give it an end. I can't wait to listen to it again.
Well, if you say a 5, I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna drag you outside. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I can see this being a 5, just so we're clear. But go ahead.
I give it a high 4, maybe
okay.
a 4.5. I'm really excited just to listen to it again.
I gotta hear this again.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was a lot to unpack for a first time listen. But it kind of matches how I've been feeling lately, just kind of stressed and overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, I'm excited to next time I'm kind of oh crap, I can't do this right now. I kind of feel stressed. I want to try to put it on maybe that day and see how I feel.
Yeah.
But it is a great song. I could feel I'm definitely gonna add it to my songs, put on a playlist somewhere. But high 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think I maybe heard this song in the wrong context because I'm already when you're anxious or stressed, sometimes hearing stuff like this, you don't get to fully appreciate it, right? Because you're not in the right headspace. Kind of I'm the opposite of you, Will. So I feel if I hear this when I'm really relaxed, then I'll get a better understanding or appreciation of the message that he's trying to convey. But I think you're right. It is very hard to convey that in a song of I'm anxious, I'm stressed, this and that. But for me, I'm going to give it a 2. A respectable 2, though. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not something that, I'll typically listen to. I will listen to it again because I want to, the comments are so cool because, that's my favorite part about music is, you guys love it. These people, some people were so inspired by this, and here I am sitting here just oh my god, that made me feel I just want to go to bed and crawl up and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the cool part is if it makes you feel something, then good for you, and I hope that the second time around that I hear it, I feel exactly what you guys felt. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's a 2 right now.
Okay. This is another situation where I'm teetering on a high 3 and low 4. I still think you can really like a song and give it lower than a 4. It's to me a 4 and a 5. I'm trying to do my best on weeding out like songs, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to give too many 4s and 5s, right?
Yeah.
I'm really trying, and like this is just a personal thing. You guys can rank however you want, like still 1 through 5, but think about it how you want. But I thought about it yesterday and today. Like I want to try to really really like hone down on like how I'm doing it. I'm teetering more on like a high 3 than like a low 4. But that doesn't mean the song's bad. Obviously, I high it in very like high regard. But when I think of like the other songs on this album compared to this one, it's you don't know yet, but I'm thinking of like Summer. I'm like, how the hell could this this is not as good as this one. So I'm listen, guys, our rankings we got to figure that out. But I'm really thinking.
Can I just be clear though? Because I think we do need to flesh out the ranking system a little more. Because like for me, when I say like something like a 2, that typically for me means that like, okay, like it's a good song, but it's not something that like I would play.
Yeah.
Whereas like for me, like when I think of a 3, like good song, I like that song. 4 is just like that is a great song. 5 is a masterpiece.
Okay.
One for me is just like no, absolutely, like under no circumstance would I listen to that.
Yeah.
So like I just want to say that like a 2 is not me saying like that sucks. I don't like it.
Maybe we should start doing points like you were saying yesterday.
I like that. Yeah.
Like in my mind,
3,
3.8 is what's coming. Like without even thinking, like that's what automatically is coming to my brain for the song. It's like a 3.8. Let's do that.
That adds a little bit of a layer.
Yeah, I'm having too much trouble deciding, and I'm gonna go with the highs and lows. I'm gonna go with 3.8.
Okay.
For this song, so I love it, but there's Brendan. There's better songs on the album that are better than this that I can't rank that way. Yeah, definitely not a fucking 2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say. All right. Let me.
Yeah.
Let me add the decimal. I'll say it's a 2.5. So it's not like.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near because like if you say just a 2.0, like that's pretty damn close to like a 1 or 1 point something, which would be like typically a bad song. And I don't think it's a bad song. I just under the context like that was not typically the way that I would like to hear a song like this. So I'll go back and revisit. So I'll say a 2.5.
Okay. Cool.
Do you care to change yours at all or?
I feel like like I don't want to put it too high because I just need to hear it again.
Would you give it a 4?
Like a 4.5. It's like
okay.
like it's between like a low 4 or 4.5. Like like I'll say like to be like very accurate like a 4.2.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't have to. As long as we're not backpedaling, we're fine. Like I think we get the gist on where we're at from episode now and on.
Okay.
We'll know how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll have that down. All right, guys. That was River of Brakelights by Julian and Piledriver Waltz, the Submarine edition by Alex Turner. Another great fucking bonus episode. These solo ones are fucking fun.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah.
It's been cool to see like your different perspectives, and the comments have been great.
It's been
like,
amazing,
really cool,
guys.
so.
Seriously, yeah, we appreciate that. We're excited to keep doing this, and again, guys, normal episode every Wednesday. Every Friday, we got a bonus episode focused on the solo work of these guys. Brendan is finally whining. It wouldn't be an episode without Brendan's whining, so we'll let him take us out today. But thanks again for listening, guys. We love you. We will see you next week. See you later. Hey guys, it's Jared here. Thank you so much for listening to the episode. You can find us on all our socials at Karma and Tranquility, and Twitter, Karma and Tranquil. Our link trees are posted in every single description on every social, so you can access everything that we have to offer. And we will see you every Wednesday for our normal episodes and every Friday for a bonus episode.